Okay, guys, here we go. We're inside 7SIGNAL here. And we're going to talk about, in the spirit of Cisco Live coming around the corner, we're going to talk about the new integration between Meraki and 7SIGNAL. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And the integration that we're talking about here is with regards to synchronization of access points. All right, this is actually a feature that a lot of our customers have begged us for over the years. Is there any way that, the access points that are in this system can kind of match up with the access points in that system? And if we've already got, sometimes there are two sets of access points. I've got Arubas. I don't want to overwrite the Aruba access points, but I've got these Meraki access points where, how can we sync up the system? So I'm going to show you how we do that with our new 7SIGNAL Meraki tool, an integration that we've created using the Meraki API with the 7SIGNAL API. It's pretty hot. All right, so here we're looking at 7SIGNAL right here on our screen. And as you can see here, we have these locations. These are different locations. When we click into locations, we can see performance information and data for devices on which 7SIGNAL is running. Let's go to the next tab. If you're not aware, the way that 7SIGNAL does locations is by mapping access points to the location name. And the location name could be whatever you want. The location name could be a floor, a building, a wing, a city, a state, whatever you want it to be. But here are the names of the access points right here. And usually when you've named an access point, you've given it a name that is quite descriptive. And so therefore, it is ultra important that we have the names of access points in 7SIGNAL, because when a 7SIGNAL device that's activated with our agent actually hits that access point, we pretty much know where it is in space, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's move along here. We're going to go into our little Meraki playground. Okay, and that's where we are right here. I am showing you an example of where, okay, we already have some Meraki APs that are in place. But you know what? I want to sync the two systems. Our Meraki system in the cloud, we want to get those access points and those access point names into 7SIGNAL without erasing, or by doing that sync, copying over what I already have here in place. How do I do that? So let's go to our new tool here. Here it is right here. What you have to do is you have to have Python on your computer. So I have a Python installed, and this whole thing is a little Python script. Okay, it's a repo. You just suck down the repo and you can install it, install the requirements. If you're a Python user, you know what I'm talking about. And then from the command prompt here, because I'm on my Windows machine, you can actually then run the little 7S Meraki CLI tool. And it's super simple. There are really just a couple of very simple options, okay? And what we're talking about here is sync agents, if you can see that there. So as you know, our little agent goes on your PCs, it goes on your MacBooks, it goes on your Android devices. Sync sensors. Okay, so as you know, we have a whole additional part to our platform, which are our sensors, okay? And then here, so we can actually sync between the two systems. We can sync where we overwrite everything in 7SIGNAL, or we can sync where we just add or apply what's new and we don't overwrite what's in there. And then there's something here called export CSV, which is just another way to get the data out of Meraki and into a CSV file, which is then ready or tailored to be then imported into 7SIGNAL. Let me show you how this works. Okay, it's so simple. So down here, I'm already in the right place. And what I'm going to do is just from the command line here, we're not going to do help. We're going to do this one right here. 7S Meraki is the command. Sync-agents -- no deletes. That's the flag. With that flag, okay, what that means is that I'm going to take all of the access points that are in Meraki and bring them into 7SIGNAL without overwriting my existing access points. And guys, this is just for Meraki. We plan on doing this for all of the major players out there. Integration between systems being absolutely critical. Let's run the sucker and see what happens. Here we go. Initiating, you can see the authentication. Super easy. Okay, here we go. So what it basically did is it said, hey, I've identified that there are 22 new access points that I'm going to bring into the system here. Well, let's take a look and see what happened. So let's refresh the page. Bada boom, there they are. Okay, and here they all are. Here they all are. Okay, and I can then move them into locations. The next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to improve the integration so that we can bring in the locations from Meraki as well. Okay, let's just kind of move these into a location, and that's how it works. And now I've got things in here. Now, let's just play around a little bit here. What if I were to delete some of these things? Oh, wow, I don't know how they got deleted or whatever. I'm just going to show you how we do a sync. So let's delete these guys. Yes, I'm deleting them. Oh, I've got 13 plus 4 plus 7 now. Let's run our little sync again, just so I can show you what it looks like. Let's go here, and let's do this. Boom. Okay. And what's it going to do? What's it going to do? It's going to identify that there are 5 new access points because I deleted a bunch of them. And so now it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought we were supposed to be in sync here. So it's just an example of how the sync works. Let's refresh the page again. And there you go. We're back up to 18. And the access points that were deleted are now back. Why? Because I'm initiating the sync. So that's pretty cool. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. It wouldn't be a 7 minutes with 7SIGNAL if I didn't just show you one more thing with regards to Iris. Iris is the new AI built into 7SIGNAL, your Wi-Fi engineer in a box that is basically going to be also showcased at 7SIGNAL. When we detect that there's an issue here, Iris, who's our little bot right here, is going to light up. What makes Iris different and unique is that she is actually taking the information on the page. Okay, and then packaging it up in the form of like a JSON file. It's going into our little engine, and she's analyzing the information. And as she's analyzing it, she's determining, aha, I see something going on here. What could it possibly be? I think it's these things. And then not only that, but it's going to offer some recommendations. Check it out over here on the right. So here's the issue, okay? And we're talking about the factors. And again, it's taking the information on the screen. This is not a generic recommendation like what we had provided previously, but actually we've taken all of our 7SIGNAL knowledge over the years and we've poured it into the system in order to come up with the best solution. And you know what? It's just going to get smarter and smarter over time, as you guys know, because at the bottom here, after the recommended fixes, there is the ability to provide feedback. Okay, and if it's not a good response, you can just indicate what it was right here, send it into Iris, and then Iris will learn. She'll get smarter for the next time. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. That's what I wanted to share with you today. And we hope to see you at Cisco Live. If you're going to be out in San Diego, please, by all means, let Don know. And remember, while you and me, we can't see or hear Wi-Fi, but 7SIGNAL can. Thanks for joining us, everybody.